Hello and welcome to this painting video, and in this video we're going to show you how to paint the Kazakin squad from Kill Team Shadow Vault up to Battle Ready. Now as you can see here, we've already got our Kazakin Sergeant undercoated and we have used Xandri Dust for this. So first off we need to apply our base coats, and for this we'll be using Corvus Black for the black details, Lead Belcher for the silver details, Rakarth Flesh for the skin, and Xandri Dust for the cloth. So we're going to dip into our Corvus Black here, I'm going to pop it on our palette and I'm going to thin it with just a touch of water. And then we can start applying it to the model. So for this we're going to just apply it on the black areas, so just underneath these knee plates and around the arms. You can also do it for the boots and the gun casing as well. Next we're going to move on to Lead Belcher. I'm just going to pick out all the metallic areas on the model. Don't worry if you get any on the black, you can always tidy up with the black afterwards. So now that the Lead Belcher is dry, we're going to move on to Rakarth Flesh for the face. We're going to just apply a couple of thin layers to build it up. And finally we're going to use Xandri Dust, and for this we're just going to tidy up the armour plates and the cloth if there was any other colours on them. With our base coats now dry, we can move on to the contrast and shade. For this we'll be using Dark Angel's Green for the armour, Guilliman Flesh for the skin, Skeleton Horde for the cloth, and Nuln Oil for the other details. So we're going to dip into our pot of Dark Angel's Green here. We're not going to thin it down, so I'm just going to use the tip of my brush. I'm going to make sure I just don't have too much on there. And then we can apply it to the model. Now for this we just want to pop it on the armour plates. We don't have to be too heavy straight away, as we can do a couple of layers just to build up the nice green colour. If you do find it's pooling or starting to slide off, don't worry, you can always take a clean brush and mop it up. Next we're going to move on to the Guilliman Flesh for the skin. So we're going to just pop a little bit on the face, and if it starts to pool heavily in some areas we're going to clean it up. With the skin now done, we're going to move on to Skeleton Horde, and we're going to put that all over the Xandri Dust. And finally we're going to use Nuln Oil for the black, the silver and some of the recesses on the green armour. With our shades and contrasts now dry, we can move on to the basing, and for this we'll be using Astrogranite Debris and our trusty texture tool. So we're going to dip into our pot here with the wide end. We're going to just dip it in, we're going to get a good amount, but not too much so we don't want to drop it off there. And now we can pop it onto the base. So we're going to avoid the stone that he stands on, but you can always put it around the edge of it so it all blends in. And now I'm going to use the shorter end, the thinner end, and now I'm going to push it around. Normally takes roughly about an hour to dry. And now that the texture is dry and the rim is painted, our Kazakin Sergeant is now complete. And there you have it, our Kazakin Sergeant is now battle ready to command the Kazakin squad to repel the Necron assault. By following these methods and techniques, you can apply these to any models in your collection. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope you enjoy painting your own Kazakin kill team, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!